Hi again, continuing the series on physical training and combative conditioning. I've said before, there are numerous physical activities, numerous programs and so on. And in a way, they are all useful. They all give you something. They're all certainly better than sitting on the couch playing with your phone. But for what we're talking about in the combatives field, you need task-orientated training. And a problem is that in the field of physical training, there are a lot of fads, a lot of new ideas come out, new training programs and methods, new equipment, and these grab the imagination and become the be-all and end-all. And this is to be avoided. No matter how attractive they may appear, quite often no one piece of equipment gives you everything you need. So you've got, there's tried and tested methods. If you go into a gym and you've got dumbbells and barbells, they've been used for decades, and there's a lot of information about how to use them to condition the body. So I would tend to avoid anything really newfangled until it has been proven. Any program needs to be comprehensive. It needs to test and train the body in all different ways: cardiovascular, strength, speed, agility, flexibility, and so on. So we should include all of those to make a comprehensive program. And another good thing is to put yourself under the stress of not always training in a self-directed way, where you just go out and work on what you're good at. Little example, we've been using kettlebells in the gutter fighters for quite a while, but I was never really formally trained in them. And then a while ago at our local sports centre, which I was training in the gym there regularly, I noticed they advertised a kettlebell class, and I signed up for it. And it's all women. I was the only guy, generally speaking, the only guy in there, and the instructor's a woman, and all the class members are women. And it's some of the best training I've ever done. It's very intensive. It's very hard. It's almost like doing a continuous Tabata. And I really found a lot of value in it, particularly since I was just a member of the class. I didn't have any input on what we were going to do. And every session was different, tested in a different way. And I really got the benefit. Unfortunately, during the Chinese pandemic, the sports centres closed. And hopefully it will reopen. If it does, I'll be back there. Kettlebells, very, very useful. Again, they're not the be-all and end-all, but they are one of the best bits of kit there is. Another thing I would mention is to build up habits. I find that if you remove the decision-making process, so you don't say, well, am I going to train today, or am I going to train this afternoon, or whatever? Make it a habit that you're not going to break. I do exercises every morning, and I have a rule that I don't have my breakfast until I've done my exercises. So I can potter around, I can check my emails and everything, but at the end of the day, until I've done my exercises, then had a shower, I'm not going to have my breakfast. So that sets the habit there. There's no decision made. And I find if you build in that motivation and the feeling, it's almost a guilt in a way that you're cheating yourself if you don't train, or if you don't train fully on a particular day or a particular session. We tend to find a lot of distractions, and we make excuses. We don't have enough time. We don't have equipment. We don't have access to a gym. And these excuses are very, very easy to knock down. And there's a whole book that I'm going to talk about now, really, on why these excuses don't work. And the book is called Infinite Intensity by Ross Enamait. What every athlete needs, the ultimate low-tech, high-effect program for maximum speed, endurance, and strength. The theme of the book really is doing very high-level training with very low-cost equipment. A lot of it you can make yourself. If you go to what the Americans have at the Home Depot or wherever's B&Q, go along there, you can get pipes and tubes and breeze blocks, and you can make a lot of your own equipment. If you don't have access to a gym, you can use trees to hang equipment from. You can climb up ropes for upper body strength. Numerous ways to do it. You can improvise dumbbells and all that. Big emphasis on safety. You know, there are stories from the past where lads would buy a barbell and wouldn't have a bench, and they make 2 stacks of books and as a bench press rack, and the whole thing would collapse, and sometimes they were seriously injured, even killed. That's to be avoided. Even if we're improvising kit, it's got to be done safely. Ross Enamait, his emphasis is on functional training for a particular result. He mentions the combat sports a lot, boxing and so on, rather than building up muscle mass, which is just for cosmetic purposes. Lot of stuff on plyometrics, which are a very, very highly relevant way of training for combative sports and for real fighting. Things like clapping push-ups, multiple clap push-ups, and there's a build-up. He takes you through how to do this. Things like one-arm pull-ups or chins. Again, it's a build-up. Most people can't just jump up there and do it. And he takes you through step by step how to do it. There's a lot of information in the book. He takes you through everything step by step. Lots of ways how to do it. Emphasis on performing the exercises correctly, performing them safely, and a lot of programs in how to integrate everything together. Quite a few of us in the Gutter Fighters read this book when it first came out, and we all got a lot out of it. It's a very inspirational book, and it gives you a lot of information. So, Infinite Intensity, good title, and the book does what it says.